Some things are unexplainable, like what are the lights in the sky? Is the moon really made of cheese? And are we alone in this universe? All of these questions can be answered here on the mysterious Interstellar Biographies. Orange County, California, 2019. What seemed to be an ordinary night for one man and his canine companion changed instantly as he and his dog were hiking and saw a mysterious entity in the distance.
All I saw was this bright light, and then I noticed something moving in the woods. My dog was barking like crazy, and then I saw it. I couldn't believe it. It was a new Men in Black movie. I thought they were done with the series, but I was completely shocked to see it again.
It can be pretty surprising seeing what you saw, but what you did see was no mistake. You witnessed another MIB movie.
I knew it. I completely knew it. Now you could tell my friends, right? You could tell them I'm not crazy, that this thing actually exists.
Absolutely. We just have to make sure that your eyes are working correctly. So, why don't we do a simple eye exam? Why don't you take a look at this right here and wait for the flashing light. Hello?
Agent L, they finally landed. We're gonna need you to check it out.
Will do, Agent A. Hey everyone, and another happy lazy Sunday to you, my lovely weekend warriors. I hope the weekend has been good to y'all, and if not, sit back, relax, and let me entertain you for a moment. This weekend's movie, as you might have guessed from the intro, is a spin-off to the Interstellar film franchise, the Men in Black saga. Wait a minute, holy crap! We have another saga? No, we don't need another, which has been in limbo for the past 7 years, and Sony is taking this franchise in a new and refreshing direction. And we only ask Sony, please don't arrest E.T. Men in Black International, starring Tessa Thompson, Chris Hemsworth, Emma Thompson, Liam Neeson, and Kumail Nanjiani. Men in Black International is about Tessa Thompson's character who knows that the MIB exists and she wants to become an agent herself. She does get her chance as she's put on a probationary term reporting to the London branch of the MIB agency, where she meets Chris Hemsworth's character Agent H, a very decorated agent of the London sector. So the two team up and try to figure out what strange things are happening in London that just don't add up and could bring down the MIB agency as they know it. As I mentioned before, is that Men in Black International is a spin-off of the original Men in Black that no longer follows the awesome duo of Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. But the new team-up that is replacing these legends are pretty promising, as Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth worked together extremely well when they teamed up in Thor Ragnarok. But were they good enough to live up to the classic and really bring us to a whole new age of Men in Black movies? Well, let's get into the positives. I really dug that we see another side of the Men in Black agency where we immerse ourselves in the MIB London headquarters, bringing up a point as to how do the other branches go about dealing with capturing dangerous aliens or stopping illegal activity. And through this, we are introduced to a whole new group of different agents and employees that work at MIB. That was just a nice change of pace. And the finest wine, Tessa Thompson, is pretty good in this movie, as she's really bringing the comedy punches. I loved her delivery in this movie, where at the beginning she really shows her commitment to wanting to become part of the best of the best. And Chris Hemsworth, come on, I mean, the guy never shies away from a challenge to bring in some laughs. One point I heard that I have to agree with is that Hemsworth is playing the role almost like a James Bond type, and I'm sure this is the first time that we've seen this in an MIB movie. And when you put them together, you just get magic. Because in here, they are still a fantastic pairing, playing off one another effortlessly. You know, Hemsworth, with his usual charming persona of this cowboy agent, is complemented well with Thompson's calmer and more logical character, and I hope we get more of these two in the future. And I'm sorry, Frank the dog, but you have just been dethroned as this movie brings in my new favorite of the MIB aliens, Pawnee. Oh my goodness gracious, people, Pawnee is the best character of this movie, as it just has to do with the fact that his voice actor Kumail freaking kills it with this pocket-sized protector. Kumail is the master of comedy delivery, and I really respect what he brings to all of his roles, just taking the script and really bringing to life all of these funny and zany characters. Let's get into the issues with this movie, and the first thing is, Sony, what are you doing with this franchise? Now everybody did bring something new to the table, but the tools that they were handed just could not get the job done, as I could not have fun with this movie. The story was a complete mess, and they never go into complete detail about what is going on in this movie. It's a lot of, oh, let's go over here and talk to this guy. Okay, what do we need to do that for? That's a great question. Why don't we go to lunch, and then when we get back, we'll discuss it further. But guess what? They never explored any further. And a good example of that are these two bad guys who are in the movie, but the thing is that they don't really talk a whole lot. Maybe I think they said a word or two, but that sucks because we need to really develop these enemies, but it just comes and goes and it doesn't make any sense. Also, the ending came and went so fast that when we get to the final battle, it was completely jarring on how fast it ended.
Hey, the fight's starting.
Okay, we'll be right in.
Oh, snap!
Fight's over.
Also, the comedy just really didn't work for me, as there are funny moments in this movie, but they're very far and few, because when I said Pawnee is the best character in this movie, that's no understatement. He brings a great deal of comedy to this movie. So there were maybe two other groups with me in the theater that I was watching the movie in, and no one was really laughing a whole lot, with the exception when Pawnee was on the screen, and he would get most of the laughs from the audiences. Hell, my brother and I were having more fun just talking all kinds of crap on this movie, just sitting there like,
Hey, Patrick.
What?
I thought of something funnier than 24.
Let me hear it.
25.
there is also an over-reliance on CGI, as all of the aliens were computer generated. The first three movies had pretty good practical effects, as the makeup artists would create these cool and unique looking aliens that looked pretty real, but here all the aliens are just animated, and I did not like that because I felt like it really took away from the classic. And this movie goes ham on having as many close-ups as possible. I'm like, geez, Mr. Director, take it easy on the close-ups. And he's telling me, I'll tell you when I've had enough close-ups. We would get wide shots and then boom, right in the face. Wide shots and then boom, right in the face. Man, I was worried for many of these actors because I thought something like this was gonna happen.
There's only one man who would dare give me the raspberry. Lone Star!
So with all of that being said, I'm giving Men in Black International a D+. And that was just a big letdown because I love Thompson and Hemsworth's chemistry, but it was so bland as we don't get any real depth with any of these characters, or any character for that matter, or any plot point. It's all surface level, and the comedy just really didn't land with me. It was flat and held back, as Pawnee was the one stealing the show. So, Sony, we'll be expecting our full-length Pawnee movie soon. Well, that's it for the review, guys, but come on, let's talk about it. Have you seen Men in Black? Did it leave you unsatisfied, or did you think it was hilarious? Put your thoughts in the comment section down below, and also give this video a little bit of love, and it would really help the channel out if you gave it a thumbs up. If you also would like to see more of my reviews, subscribe to my channel, and you'll be able to get notifications anytime I release a new review. Well, thank you for joining me, and I hope you have an amazing rest of the weekend. I'll see you next time.
I love the
Toy Story, dog.
Toy Story is my jam.
What about Buzz Lightyear's though?
I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger.
And then Woody's like, you are a toy.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
Do the flying thing he does. Do it.
To infinity and your mom.